Right, welcome. This is Amboseli Serena Safari Lodge, and the first thing you need to know is this place has got a lot of monkeys in and around it, and it's brilliant. We arrived as usual and got the usual welcome drink and cold towels, which honestly are amazing after safari because you get absolutely filthy. You should see the actual orange coming off my skin, and it wasn't just my false tan. Anyway, let's start with the room. So there's a nice walk up to the room. It's kind of individual. The rooms are actually really nice and clean and very bespoke. I love the cute animal paintings on the wall, made it quite original. I've got to say, the bed was really comfortable and there was a proper mosquito net, which is a must. But the top tip, always check inside the net before you snuggle down for the night because there was a couple in there, which I had a towel ready and unfortunately I did squash those mosquitoes. Sorry to anybody that cares a lot about mosquitoes. So keep a towel ready to go to whack a mosquito. There is a kettle, tea and coffee, and a fan, but there is no fridge, which I always find a bit disappointing. The rooms are along an outside walkway, which makes it feel really authentic, but also means you'll definitely see the monkeys wandering around on your way to the room, which is fantastic and exciting. And they're not scary monkeys either. The key they give you is massive. You're never going to lose it. And I've got to be honest, probably my mind, but it looks like something from Anne Summers, which did make me laugh, but it's not going to fit in your handbag or anywhere else. I also love the little design touches like the wooden door handles, the spear curtain rails. Basically, they were everywhere, wherever you went, in the toilets and the main reception. Now, big thing here is the monkeys. They are everywhere. They're around you at the pool, at the bar, and basically they're all over the place. So it is, if you're going on safari and you want to see animals, here's the place to go. There's even a Maasai guard who spends his days scaring them away because they can be quite cheeky and some people don't like them. But I didn't see any of them being aggressive, so I wasn't scared. The view and outside seating areas are lovely, and sitting at the bars you can watch monkeys, birds, and you can also see the elephants and wildlife in the park at the back, which is also nice. They also serve a nice Tusker beer, which is served really cold and really good after a long day on safari. The swimming pool is really nice, and again, there's monkeys everywhere. So make sure you don't leave a towel or anything out, which they're going to come steal. No, they don't really. Now let's talk about food. You've got to remember I am a little bit fussy, so take this with a pinch of salt. The food was okay, there was plenty of choice, but the dining room felt a bit cramped and it went a bit busy. We were actually one of the nights moved to the overspill area, which was down a couple of steps, and it was so hot. And as a woman going through menopause, I really don't want to be sweating at dinner. So I didn't enjoy it that much, to be honest. The main reason the dining room does get so hot, and it's not a fault of the restaurant really, hotel, is because they have to shut all the windows and the doors to keep the monkeys out. It does make sense, but they could do with some more fans in there to keep the temperature down because it was hot. One thing that confused me at first was the staff, every time we had a drink, kept asking if we wanted the bill. This made me think that they didn't want us to be there and they wanted us to go. It wasn't until later we realised this is because some people leave without paying, and also because if the staff member finishes their shift, they want to get the tip off you before they sign off, which makes more sense because we were just thinking they wanted us to leave now. But no, so don't be off put by them saying, do you want the bill? The food was overall fine. It wasn't my favourite. There's lots of soup, starters, curries, chicken, salads, but just not to my taste. But do remember, I am a bit fussy. However, one of the most magical things about this hotel, though, is at night. We were told a huge owl lands in the same spot every night, which we had the pleasure of seeing, and it stays for a couple of hours. I then saw another owl, which is amazing because I think I've only ever seen one owl in all my life anyway, and it was just incredible. It just sat there, allowed you to take pictures. The sky at night here, if you just like the peace and you want to see a million stars, this is the place to be. Definitely take some of the photos of the stars because it's just honestly it's amazing. Overall, what would I say? Would I stay here again? Yeah, I would stay here again. Does it bring you right into the safari world? Yes, it does. That's why we're going on safaris, to see animals. Overall, the people really friendly. The hotel's really clean. Um, Food wasn't to my liking, but you got to remember I'm a bit fussy. It was a little bit too hot for me, but there again, uh, they can't open the window, so it's kind of not their fault really. Just could do with some more fans in there. Bit busy if you run into a conference, but overall, wildlife, nice swimming pool, lovely views. I'd give you a 7 out of 10. Whoop.